so notoriously difficult to catch in the wild. Look at that. Do you see it? It's gone now, but that bird was so difficult to videotape sometimes. When I was a child, I kept wanting to take pictures of dragonflies, but like that little bird just now, they are notoriously flighty and they keep running away. And what is that yellow bug down there? Let me see. Oh, look at these lovely pink balloons. I hope you enjoyed that little section of me touching grass in the wild just now. Let's get into the meat potatoes of the video. So we're going to finish up the thatch drawing as per the thumbnail. I'm very sorry that it is not the illustration that I've alluded to in my previous video. Inspiration hits me very sporadically, and so these like little video logs, you know, documenting my progress on my art project will hence reflect how I'm actually very messy and have like zero sense of planning or structure in my creative process. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the art. To lock the fuck in because my dad wants to watch Final Destination later. I don't know if he's serious, but I think he is. So if I don't finish this like by today, I'll actually disappoint myself so bad because I've been procrastinating all afternoon the moment I came home. And I'm like, girl, get your grip together. You better lock the fuck in this time. Okay, let me pull up my Pinterest board. Through the solar system, come with me. So I want to take some time to reflect on my progress before I move on to colors. And let me just say, like, I freaking adore my line art. Like, look at how stinking cute he is. First of all, his smile is the central attraction. I took inspiration from Yang smile from 𝖣.𝥧, and I didn't think like his smile would translate this well because Yang is like my age, like he's in his early 20s. Meanwhile, that's just like 40 or at least late 30s. But dude, I'm glad I took inspiration from Yang smile anyway because I think it suits him so well. Like, I love the little curves by the corner of his mouth here. I really like this little detail here. I think it makes him look more sincere and boyish. I think it's so cute and sweet. And I'm gonna show you something else that I'm really proud of. Look at his belly. Look at his stinking belly. It's so stinking cute. Like, I usually draw like ultra buff men, so to change it up once in a while to draw something comparatively softer is genuinely quite fun, and I've grown to appreciate like a chubby body type a lot more. I think he looks so cute and handsome, and I can't imagine the subject here being drawn any other way. Come on, focus, baby, focus. Yeah, focus. I also really like this plant here. It's a type of wildflower that like my previous florist shop would tend to have like dried flowers of. I really like it, so I decided to include it here. I like that the tigers have their own personality. Like, this one's just like a cutie pie, and this one is like a bit frisky. She kind of looks like the lion Nala. I think that's her name from Lion King. the one like furry simp over. Yeah, her. Yeah, it kind of looks like her. I don't think she looks like a tiger, but I still think it's cute. She's still really cute. And she's licking him. I have to make the tongue clearer because right now it blends a bit too much with his hair. But it's still cute. I still like the idea of the tigers like nuzzling against him and showing affection. I think that's really cute. And yeah, overall, I'm super happy. I'm super pleased with this line art. Like, I also really like the pose as well. I like that everything just seems to expand and fit nicely into this canvas and aspect ratio. I think that's really nice. And now we're going to move on to the colors. I have a pretty clear idea. I'm thinking of having it like all green with like a pop of orange and maybe some red with this flower here. Oh my gosh, focus. With some red on the flower, as well as introducing some pops of like light yellow green along the little berries by his legs. Overall, I'm super proud of this line art. It's my magnum opus for this year probably. And yeah, let's get to coloring. I know this is completely unrelated to the art in any way, but I want to talk about a fan fiction idea I got like literally just now. The idea is, right, I'm thinking of making a harem fic with Law and the ASL brothers. Oh, that is a very nice shade of green. Yeah, okay, so a harem fic with Law and the ASL brothers. So the premise is like usually I tend to write like fics of Law from his perspective, but I want to try something different where you see things from the brother's perspective this time. So maybe like we have different parts, each dedicated to either Ace, Luffy's, or Sabo's perspective of what's going on as they interact with Law. So I was thinking like maybe the three of them on summer vacation, they go like to a fancy resort, and as they are like frolicking at this fancy resort, they meet Law on like separate occasions or whatever, and they interact and have silly meet cutes. I have like a very clear idea of like how they meet and shit, so I'm gonna talk about that briefly. I'm doing this color layer first so I can check the values. See, it looks okay now, don't worry. And I realize his hair is too dark, so let me edit that. So I was thinking for maybe like Luffy, he meets Law like maybe by the beach or something, maybe by the pool, or somewhere, maybe like in the lobby, front lobby. Like Law's like, oh, you, and then Luffy's like, yeah, me, and then they like talk or whatever, and then after they talk, maybe Luffy flirts a bit, but then Law's like, man, I really fucking hate this guy, and try to like ignore him or whatever, and then later, we cut to like the beach, and this is like this part of the fan fiction where I have the clearest idea in my head, where maybe it's like, oh, Ace and his like white bear bros are like playing like volleyball on the beach or something, and like Ace's team needs like one more person, and he sees like Law and he's like, oh my gosh, dude, like help me out, okay, if you win I'll give you like money or whatever. But like it's like to like the other whitebeard guys, like Ace feels like he has to prove himself, so he's like, okay, dude, like Traffy, whatever the fuck you are, if you help me win I'll give you like a kiss in front of everyone. And then the whitebeard parents are like, ooh. But then like once everyone leaves to go to the court, in private, Ace tells Law like, hey, I'm not that serious if you're not comfortable, I'll just give you like $20, please help me. Then Law's like, fine, make it 50, and Ace is like, fine. So then they play or whatever, right? The thing is like Ace and Law are strangers at this point, so they don't really know each other very well, but regardless, Ace thinks Law is attractive and flirts with him anyway, okay? So Ace flirts eventually, and it annoys the shit out of Law, because Law, even though there's a monetary incentive for him to win, he is actually also very competitive. So he's just as invested as Ace in winning this shitty competition. So he's invested, so he wants to win. But then Ace keeps distracting him with really shit like flirty comments. Because he has a reputation to maintain, right? As the youngest in the Whitebeard crew. And Law's just not having it. Like, Ace keeps flirting. Ace just keeps flirting. Eventually, at some point, Ace says something really wildly inappropriate in his in-law's ear, and Law's like, oh my fucking god, I cannot believe you have the gall to fucking say this. And so he just punches Ace in the face, and Ace is like, yo, what the fuck? And then he punches back, and then it became like a full-on brawl, and they start fighting. The girls are fighting, and then like eventually like the Whitebeard men have to stop the game and like drag them away, and then like that's the end of that section. That's the end of that section. And then later we cut to Sabo. Okay? And by this point in the narrative, right? Even though we're seeing things from the Aespa brothers' perspective, we have to understand that to Law, he just met with a group of fucking lunatics. He met Luffy, who won't shut up, who won't stop flirting with him. And then he met Ace, who is even worse than Luffy. So Law is just really fucking irritable and really fucking pissed off with these people. And then, so he goes, so like, later that day in the evening, he goes to like the lobby to like get dinner. And that's where we cut to Sabo's perspective in the narrative, and we see Sabo now. So Sabo is, he's there. He's not as like physically active as Ace and Luffy are. I had canon like in this fic, maybe Sabo is like legitimately like quite sensitive to sunlight, where like he like cannot stand being in the sun for too long. That's why he's usually like not at the beach or whatever, not at the beach or the pool or whatever. So he usually just hangs out indoors, and it's at this indoor like restaurant or whatever that he meets Law. Up to this point we see Law like just casually dressed up, maybe even like shirtless or whatever. But at this like dining place, Law is dressed up. Okay, he's wearing like a nice shirt. He's showered, you know, he's still scowling, he still hates his life, but at least he's cleaned up and looks better. So then he meets Sabo, who is dressed really nicely. Sabo also likes to dress up really nicely, so Sabo is there as well. And at the diner, right, Law's just eating by himself, and Sabo decides to join him. But unlike Luffy and Ace, who just start flirting immediately, Sabo is quite nice. He starts with small talk. He's like, oh, what's up? Do you like the food? And Law's like, it's okay. It's okay. And then they start talking, and then like you see that these two have chemistry with each other, right? Actually, I think no, we'll stick with the lighter colors. Okay, so we see that these two have chemistry, right? Because like unlike Ace and Luffy, Sabo's like flirting is actually very subtle, and he does things with a very like poised self-confidence. So like he has a lot of innuendos, which Law finds quite funny. So he doesn't mind like Sabo flirting with him because he thinks it's funny and kind of cute. So they talk for a while and they get to know each other better. And Sabo slips that like, oh, Ace and Luffy are his brothers, and that just made Law like look legitimately very angry. Because today was the worst day of his life, and he just found out that this guy is related to the culprits of this worst day of his life. So Law's like, okay, fuck you. Like, literally, fuck you. But he doesn't fully mean it because he still likes Sabo, right? So he still likes Sabo. And then Sabo was like really chill. He's like, haha, wink, wink, you know, I'm down if you are, that kind of thing. So wait, I'm so confused. How many plants did I draw? Okay, I think this part can be yellow as well. Yeah. But yeah, they get along well and whatever. And then another part that like I'm thinking of is that maybe they meet like at the pool maybe one day. They all meet at the pool one day, right? And it just so happens that at this meeting, juncture, partner narrative, they realize that, hey, we all know each other. Let's hang out. Luffy's like, oh my gosh, Ace, you know this guy? And Ace is like, yeah, I do. You know this guy, Luffy? And they just try to like coerce Law into doing like silly shit with them. But then they're like, but then Law's like, I don't fucking like you people. I don't fucking like you people. And then and also because like Law can't swim. This is also another headcanon. Like Law can't swim either. Law can't swim to save his life, or at least he doesn't really want to swim. So he keeps trying to like look like he. So that you see that Law is acting like particularly like rude for some reason, and to a certain extent they start to realize that like, wait a minute, like, wait, is Law uncomfortable with being by the pool? He doesn't just hate us, right? It's not that he hates us, it's just that he just doesn't want to be here. They eventually realize that that's like the truth, but Law doesn't want to admit that, so he just keeps acting like a bitch or whatever. Until Sabo comes along, and Sabo's like, yeah, I can't swim, I'll just sit out, y'all have fun. And then as Sabo sits out by the pool chair or whatever, Law just sits next to him, and he's like, I can't fucking swim. And then Sabo's like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. And then Sabo's like, Sabo's like, I'm sitting out because I can't like deal with the sun. Then Law's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Then Sabo's like, nah, it's cool. And then they just talk, and then they're like, okay, maybe like when it's cooler, I'll teach you how to swim. And Law's like, okay, bet. So yeah, that's the most basic like foundation of my fic. And then in the end, they all fuck, I guess. I'm not very sure how they will end. Honestly, I feel like there should be like a scene where like they are all like doing their little polycule or whatever, and Law is like trying to convince Sabo to do something for him, like trying to convince Sabo to let him take charge. And Sabo was like, no, I don't want to. But then like we all know that just like Ace and Luffy, Sabo also has a crush on Law. But it just so happens that this time Sabo is Law's favorite. Like we all know that like Law likes Sabo the most, I guess, because he's the most normal, or at the very least he gets along Sabo like the easiest and the quickest. So Law's like, okay, everyone knows that Sabo is Law's favorite, so like to convince Law to take charge, either like in bed or just like on a date, Law's like, okay, well, you're my favorite, right? You'll do this for me. And then Sabo's like, huh? And then like eventually Ace and Luffy catch on. It's like, yeah, you're Law's favorite. Do it, pussy. Then Sabo's like, huh? Yeah, that's my silly narrative. That's all I have for now. I think it's kind of cute. Yeah. And also look at my colors. We're going for a very tropical scene here. The only problem is that I don't know what is what. Like, I have no idea what I'm looking at. I don't know which plants are what. You see, this is why you should have cleaner art style than me. You shouldn't just like, you shouldn't just like scribble stuff on the page without cleaning anything up. Granted, I'll clean up the line art a little later, but for now, we're stuck with this. Actually, we're unfortunately just stuck with this. But I like the colors so far. Let me pull up the correct layers for you again so you can see like what I'm thinking. Yeah, I like these colors. I feel like I'm missing someone. Yeah, I like these colors. I think it's very pretty. Should I make this green? I don't know, I'll think about it. But yeah, I quite like these colors. And maybe I should define some leaves a bit more here and here. But I'll leave that to future me. For now, I'm going to head out to Jewel with my sister to watch a movie and hang out. So please enjoy the clips. TTYL. Wow. Look at this yummy. Look at all this like gacha capitalistic nonsense. Oh my gosh, Ruby. This is so pretty. She's so soft. Mini cute. So cute, little darling. Hooray! Shaw Theaters. Hooray! Wow, sick. Wow, airplanes galore. There's so many airplanes. What the heck? Thank you so much for watching me draw. I want to end this video off with a somewhat like cool casual note, because in the mail today I got stickers. I don't remember from whom I've ordered these stickers from, but I guess I'll know once I open it. Done. So let's take a look. Ooh! Oh, we got a cardboard backing. How fancy. Slay. Oh, and I realized there's several stickers in here actually. Hey! Wait, I ordered 3? Norway! OMG! It's the little guys! Okay, so in case you don't know, I ordered these stickers from a really famous artist on Tumblr, called Where the Heart Lies, I think. They have this like really long ongoing comic series called Blood is Thicker Than Water, and if I remember correctly, it revolves around the ASL brothers, and I guess this is part, and they've made so much merch. It's the boys! My merch! Wait, oh my gosh, I need to record proper b-roll for this. Oh my gosh, look, it's the boys! We have Sabo Lamb, we have, oh, the 3 of them together! Look, we have the 3 of them together. Isn't this adorable? Look at them, they're so stinking cute. We have Sabo Lamb, we have Ace Doggy, and we have Luffy Bear. Dude, I remember like seeing this like concept sketch like on their Tumblr for the first time, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so stinking cute. If I remember correctly, this has to do with like an AU idea. Man, it's so cool seeing like artists like journeys, I guess. It's kind of cool. Look, we have Ace as a wolf. This is so cute. This is so stinking cute. And then we have Luffy and Sabo as a lamb. Sabo's a lamb. Dude, these 3 together, they are like the meme, you know, the meme of like the 3 dogs laughing and then the other dog's like, yeah, it's them, it's them, it's them, it's them, it's so cute, it's them, it's so cute. I can't wait to, I say it now, right? I say that I can't wait to put them on my bottles in my sketchbook, but realistically speaking, they're just gonna be chucked in my drawer because I'm too fucking precious to use them. Oh, they're so pretty. See, shit like this makes me want to support random artists on the internet with stickers. But yeah, enough nonsense from me. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll link Where the Heart Lies like merch in the description box below. Like, I'll link their shop and Tumblr page or whatever. So if you like what you see, you can check it out. Oh, this is so cute. This is so stinking cute. Yeah, thank you so much for watching to the end of this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, bye bye, kisses.